Hi everyone, how are you all doing? My name is Natalie. If this is the first time that you're watching my video, so good to have you here. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that if you enjoy what I do and share on this channel, you can subscribe and share it with your friends. In this video, we are going to talk about the Sagittarius Full Moon that is happening for us May 23rd, Hong Kong time, 9:54 p.m. or Eastern time on the 23rd, 9:54 a.m. So adjust time according to where you are in the world. This full moon is happening for us with the sun in Gemini at 2 degrees 55 minutes and the moon in Sagittarius, same degree, 2 degrees 55 minutes. So you can also just round up to 3 degrees if that is easier for you. So take a look and see if there's any planets or points around this degree point. If you do, you might feel this a little bit more than the others. So let's dive in because this full moon is, I feel like it's one of the busiest in 2024. Well, except the eclipses, but there's a lot happening during this full moon, a few different aspects, but combining them together is a really nice energy in general that we're getting. So let's talk about first the axes of Gemini and Sagittarius. They're both mutable signs, right? One is air and one is fire, but they're both mutable signs. And this axis talks about communication, talks about learning and teaching, knowledge, right? The way we understand and process and think about different information, knowledge that we have or we gain, and how they later form our own opinions, patterns, belief system, give us an understanding of our world, ourselves, different areas of life, and shaping ideologies, creating belief system, right? And it get passed down and shared with the future generations, and how it can then allow the future generations to do the same thing. But of course, everyone is different. While we might be getting the same kind of information in some way, shape, or form from our elders, from information around the world, but the way we process, we think about it, or the way we learn them, perceive them, think about them can be slightly different, right? Or there's groups of us, right, that share the same or different ideologies, belief system, and so on and so forth. And these mutable signs love having different perspectives, options, vantage points, and so on and so forth. And they love diversities, right? It's mutable signs where they shift and changes, where they don't just stay the same all the time, or they don't fixate it on just one thing, one straight line, one perspective, and so on and so forth. So having a full moon on these axes, we might get illuminated on some of the information, knowledge that we're processing, right? Either this is from within, which we already know, or from outside, and how it can change. Why do I say all these? Because this full moon is having a conversation with Pluto that is retrograding right now in the sign of Aquarius, another air sign. So in some way, this full moon is very intellectual in some way for many of us, right? And I feel like with what is happening in the world right now, with the wars, with all the technology allowing us to share information so quickly and so fast, it definitely allow us to have more than one perspective, right? Even more than one truth, or so on and so forth. And there's a certain level of discernment that we need to have, but there's also a certain level of openness that we need to have in order to think for ourselves, to process what has been being given or provided from outside, right? And then how we process, think about them within ourselves, and then share them with the world, this cycle. And this full moon is having a conversation, right, with Pluto, which is all about deep diving, excavating, get to the bottom of the truth in an air sign, right? So that adds to it as well. So the sun in Gemini is trining Pluto in Aquarius, and the moon is having a sextile with Pluto. So these aspect is really inviting us to dive deep, to excavate, to think deeper, right? The way we take in information, knowledge that might help us to understand a new belief system, to maybe change and shift, right? And it might continue to unfold because Pluto is right now retrograde in Aquarius, and it will be retrograding in the next few months, right? So in some way, maybe perhaps what is being illuminated to us as a collective, or maybe it is for you in your own personal world, you will continue to process it over the next few months while Pluto is retrograde. Maybe you need more information. You're gonna dive deeper to find out more, to gain more clarity, and so on and so forth. So this full moon might be very truth-telling in some way, shape, or form for some of us, right? More information is being given and more knowledge is being shared, and it might shake up your belief system. It might change, or it might reinforce, right? Depending on how you're aligning with what is being given to you, right? On a collective level, with the world matters, and also in your personal world as well, as you move through your own human stories, because we all have different human stories happening in our life right now. And this is really allowing ourselves to see what comes of what's being presented to us during this full moon, and use our own judgment to process the information, knowledge, or so on and so forth that is being shared with us as well during this time. And the ruler of this full moon, Jupiter, because Jupiter rules Sagittarius. Jupiter right now is at the last degree, the energetic degree in Taurus, right? It's having that last little bit of Taurus journey, wrapping its journey up, because very soon, in a couple of days, Jupiter will enter the next sign, Gemini, right? So at the last degree, Jupiter is sharing this degree with Venus. Venus is also right over there. So they're having a conjunction, the two benefics having a conjunction in the last degree in Taurus. So that can be quite powerful for some of us, can be very beautiful, sweet, indulgent, and abundance as well. So it's beautiful, right? For some people, this might be really something coming into fruition for you. All the puzzle pieces are being put together. You're able to see the whole picture now, right? Maybe this is you, because also this is in Taurus, it can be something very tangible, right? It can be relationship, because it's Venus, and money matters, right? Maybe you're finally going to see some abundance coming in for you, right? In the physical world, right? Or maybe this is you, bringing this relationship together, friendship, family relationship, romantic partnership, business partnership, so on and so forth. Maybe this is a wow moment to see how it is flourishing, blossoming for some of you, right? Finally, almost like a dream come true moment for some of us, definitely, right? And if it is, please share with me. I would love to know and send you all my blessings and love if that is resonating, because it is a beautiful moment. But I don't want to say like, yeah, everybody is going to feel it, right? Because I know not all of us will, and it's okay, right? You're not missing out. We're all just living our own human experience on this earth, and it doesn't mean that it's not good or like, why didn't I get it right? The next aspect is going to explain a little bit. So both Venus and Jupiter conjuncting in the sign of Taurus also is having a sextile with Neptune in Pisces in the last degree as well. So some of us will be like, oh, what were you saying? Dream come true? Seeing something come into fruition? Like, that's totally not happening for me, right? Some of you might be like, what are you talking about? I wish, but no, not at all, right? And please know that it doesn't mean the astrology is not accurate, right? It's just mean that because we all have our own unique natal chart, so that is why not everybody will feel that energy, right? Some lunation can be really beautiful for some, while it can be challenging for other people as well, or vice versa. You're not gonna feel just everything I said, right? I always say energy goes both ways. So why? Because for some of us, maybe right now, this Jupiter-Venus conjunction is not bringing something into fruition just yet. The sextile with Neptune explain it, right? Because the sextile with Neptune in Pisces is reminding us that we are all living in our own timeline and human journey. Everything is right on time. Even though sometimes it doesn't feel like that. Even though sometimes we don't like it, right? Come on, I've experienced it, I know. And for some, maybe this is you learning, beginning to learn, right? Again, everyone is different. Learning, beginning to learn in the process, right? About more of your spiritual journey, because we're talking about Neptune and Pisces, right? Maybe you're finally wrapping up maybe some major lessons, or maybe this is you at the beginning of it, noticing it, or maybe this is you again receive yet another awakening moment in your life, right? That you're finally seeing something, that you get your aha moment with this sextile, and from that you can then see how your dream can manifest into reality for you. Maybe this is by you accepting what was and finally let go, release of the old belief system, old thinking patterns, behavior, old dogmatic way of thinking, or so on and so forth, right? Everyone is different. And related to Pisces, this is for you realizing that, accumulating that, and finally realizing it, there needs to be a change before those manifestations can come into reality for you. Maybe this is you seeing, finally having that wake up call, wake up moments, like, wow, okay, this is what I gotta do in order to call in what I wanted, to manifest what I want into reality, by taking some kind of inspired action, right? The full moon is illuminating what needs to go, what needs to be changed and shift, what needs to be done in order to take those tangible steps to manifest those dreams into reality for you, right? So this can be like that for some of us. And this, because like Neptune has been in Pisces since 2011, so it's been a long time. Maybe, you know, throughout the whole past decade, you're slowly gaining insight, knowledge, information to help you to evolve, to elevate, to change on your own journey. And now all this is accumulating together to allow you to see the whole big picture as to how to move forward as well, right? And this beautiful aspect of Venus, Jupiter, and Neptune, they all met up 2 years ago, April 2022. So maybe for some of us, this is having a breakthrough or turning point, or turning the next chapter from what was happening during that time as well. Everyone will be different, so I'm just giving out different scenarios that you can maybe recall back and see if it's relatable. And for some, like I said, this is a moment of realization. This full moon is illuminating something for you, right? Nothing is set in stone yet. Maybe nothing is really happening yet, but it's just that inner knowing. It's just that you knowing what to do in the days, months to come in order to have those dreams come into reality for you. So combining all this aspect together, and also with Jupiter, the ruler of this full moon, being in the last degree of Taurus, about to wrap up its journey and enter to the next sign, Gemini, to kick off a new Jupiter cycle for all of us. All these to say, I hope we can have a open mind, open heart, just to see what comes up for us during this full moon, right? Maybe this is a sense of knowing that maybe this is some new information, insights coming in. Maybe this is an internal revelation, whatever it is. I hope that this full moon illuminates something for all of you in order to help you to move forward, to propel forward, whether this is to give you more gas to move forward on the journey that you're on, the path that you're on, or maybe this is giving you some fresh or different perspective, right? Like I said, it's a mutable sign, different perspective. Or it maybe for some, maybe this is opening a total new path or direction for you on your journey. So be open, see what comes up for you, and I hope this is a beautiful full moon for all of you. So now let's take a look at the universe message, the collective full moon message for all of us. I love how all these cards shows out because it really just sums up what I just said. Okay, so we have, from a tarot card, we have 4 of Cups, right? And then we have the Hangman, the Pisces energy with Neptune. And lastly, we have Jupiter, the Wheel of Fortune energy coming in. So this is really to sum up what I just said, right? For some, maybe you will feel like, well, nothing is really happening. Like, why do you say it's beautiful? It's not for me, right? What I want is not being manifest into reality for me yet, right? But maybe this is a moment to see why not. Maybe there's something you're clinging on, not willing to let go. Maybe this is a way of thinking, right? A pattern, a belief system, limiting beliefs, behavior, right? That you are clinging on, that you're scared to let go because you don't know what will happen if you let go. And for some, maybe you just can't see it right now, but what you wanted is in the energy already. It's in your energy, even though you can't see it just now, right? But there's still light wanting to come in. Yes, maybe things are slightly delayed, but it requires you to see it from a different perspective, a different angle, right? This new moon might illuminate something new or different for you, to see that maybe perhaps there's a different way to do things, to look at things, to think about something, right? And believe and trust that it will help you to move towards to what it is that you want, right? For some, this is a solution coming in, an aha moment happening. Maybe it's a totally new path, new possibility, opportunity coming in. Everyone will be slightly different, but just know that you're not missing out. You're right on time, even though it doesn't feel like it. But it will only happen if you remain open and allow different perspective, different way of thinking, or different things to come in. Maybe what you want will not come in the exact shape or form in the way that you expected, but it will come in and it will be right for you, right? So trust and see what comes up for you. From the Moonology, we have full moon in Scorpio, which we just had a month ago, and breathe through the tension. Yes. And it reminds us with that Pluto in Aquarius, right? That scorpionic energy. Breathe through the tensions, because something come up during this full moon might not be the easiest thing, right? Because it might require you to shift your perspective, to see things from a different angle, to see different possibility or opportunities, right? That you maybe didn't know before, that you don't think is possible before, right? So it might push you just a little bit, right? And though we have this full moon in Sagittarius card, see the bigger picture. This is what I'm talking about. This full moon in Sagittarius is basically just asking us to be open, to zoom out and see the bigger picture of it all. It might not make sense just yet, but it will. Give it some time. Lastly, love this oracle card. We have Wandering Path. Enjoy the journey. I love this card coming out for us, right? So some of us were like, I'm just feeling lost. What I want is not really happening. I don't know what am I doing. I don't know how to move forward. But instead of thinking about what's gonna happen, what didn't happen, think about what are you doing right now? Instead of worrying, panicking, fear-mongering, which I know is easier said than done, enjoy your journey right here, right now, at this moment. Even though it might not be the easiest moment, even though it might not be the most comfortable moment, allow yourself to feel it, see it, sense it. Because this moment will turn into the past next moment. And the new moment, the one that you keep thinking about, will become the present moment. So what we can control and think about really is just the present. So enjoy the present, the journey in the present moment, whatever it is for you. Know that nothing is set in stone. Know that there's full of possibilities in the road ahead if you allow. So I hope this message helps, may be able to give you a little different perspective, open up something different, maybe giving you a little bit a pat on the shoulder, or allowing you to loosen up a little bit in any way, shape, or form. I hope you find some of the message or even just one of the message helpful in some way. And I am sending you all so much full moon blessings and love. And I'm wishing you all a happy full moon in Sagittarius. And if you're interested, there's still time to sign up for my workshop on the 24th, which is about the new Jupiter journey, Jupiter in Gemini. We'll talk about the whole cycle transit, what is it all about, what can we expect. I'll also do a free mini chart reading for everyone that participate. Even if you can't make it live, I will still send you a replay. You won't miss out a thing. So if you're interested, just email me, and all my information in the description box below. So be sure to check out if you want to do any kind of readings and astrology consultation with me. And in the meantime, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.